Okay, AJ, what are your thoughts on how network operators are dealing with V4 exhaustion and V6 deployment?
Well, we're seeing a few different things, depending on the region in the world as to what operators are taking as actions. In Asia-Pac, we saw operators continuing to focus on V4 deployment for as long as possible until the wall hit. Now, more and more, we see operators here scrambling to deploy V4 NAT solutions in order to continue growing their subscriber base. While the established operators in the countries that more developed markets at this time have sort of said, well, we're not growing so much anymore, we don't actually need to deal with V4 exhaustion because, well, actually, if anything, our subscriber base is static. In other parts of the world, such as Europe, we really did see operators there focusing on V6 deployment some time before the ripe NCC ran out of V4 resources. And in North America, we're also seeing a pretty solid deployment these days of V6. And as vendors, we're really seeing that our customers are challenging us to make sure that we can offer them full equivalence of V6 and V4 functionality.
What are your recommendations for network operators in their procurement decisions to manage V4 address exhaustion and V6 deployment?
Well, obviously I always recommend that V6 gets deployed as the first off requirement, and there's no more chances to give away V6 support in your systems. You need to mandate that from day one and make sure it's there for everything that's critical in the data plane for your subscribers. And we also have a fairly strong recommendation to operators that any transition or NAT technologies they deploy offer them investment protection for the future. You don't want to deploy something today that you're going to have to replace in a year or two, and you don't want something that you're going to have to invest heavily in for 3 to 4 years only to see the technology ultimately ramp down as V6 adoption increases.